Bullets and Octane. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Here we are. I'm in my car. Do you like it?
I
My au-
love it. What, are you going somewhere? Are you picking up hooker? What's going on?
Oh God, those days are long gone, my friend. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nowadays it's like, well, I got to go meet with my tax person to get the IRS off my ass. Like not
Yeah.
not as much fun, but they still cost about the same. It seems to be just hookers and IRS.
I feel you. I got lucky. Being a female, I didn't have to pay for drugs and sex. I just got it for free thrown at me. But nowadays I have to pay for drinks and stuff. Part of aging is it's cruel, to women. It's like, it
Yeah,
happens.
you guys have it good for a long time, and then
I do.
yeah,
Do. And then at like I think mid 30s, it's like, you better get a good career and start making your own money or settle down with a guy, which is like, oh, that's hard to do too.
I know that is kind of the thing, right? You could easily, yeah, I have these discussions with women a lot where it's like, do you think you could do the thing? Do you think you could do the thing where, oh my God, I partied my ass off in Hollywood and now I'm in my 30s. What do I do? And I'm like, can you do the thing? Can you just go settle down with some turd that you don't really want to deal with? And he's running the show and the bank account and like, you have that comfort, but do you really have your freedom? Da da da, et cetera, et cetera. You know.
Yeah. I know we talked last time a little bit about like being passionate people. And I think you were more level headed when we talked about relationships. And I said, I'm batshit crazy. I'll just like rush into something and get married, right away. But lands into quick divorces. I don't know how to take it slow on anything. I'm just like all in or all out.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I'm pretty open about my entire life for the most part, to where it's like I've gotten two marriages, two divorces under my belt
Me
already, and
too.
yeah,
Twins.
right.
Twinsies.
One was like a shotgun wedding, one was a super planned out one. So the way I kind of look at it is like you can, look at your past and be like, oh my God, what have I done? It's been chaotic. But at the same time, it's like, well, I've got to have every storybook ending and every crazy Billy Idol night, or whatever. So it's like, has it lost its importance because it didn't work out, or is it like, wow, I had a full-blown white wedding, like that was a cool experience. I got to experience the Hallmark Channel for 24 hours. That was neat. I don't know.
No, I like, what people could call a mistake, I view as a great time in my life and maybe a learning curve, but I really do want my third and final marriage. I'm just in no rush, because we're older, we know who we are, we know what we want. And now having two divorces, I really want the next one to be it. I want it to last. So there's not going to be, it's going to take a long time for me. I've been like kind of single for 6 years and I'm just not in a jump into anything quick, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I always give that advice to people who are young, and they're so excited and they're so focused, fixated on the actual wedding day. And I'm like, hey man, you're gonna wake up 2 days later and that day is behind you, but now you're in this full-blown committed situation. Just take your time, enjoy all the little processes that go on all the way up until it's time to get married. Like, you're going to look back and go, why did I rush to get to this invisible finish line, if you will? Because that's actually the beginning of the commitment. And then, and I've seen it before too, not that everybody's like this, but I've seen it where people have made the mistake. They rush in. They both have this crazy idea that they were born watching all these movies that we were raised on, and love songs in the 80s on radio stations that made us believe this crazy fucked up fantasy thing. And then after that, a couple of years go by, they're pretty miserable. I know I sound negative here, but and then all of a sudden they go, I know what can fix this relationship. We should have a fucking kid. We should bring a kid into this world now,
Yeah.
because and then that
Oh, I
kind of
thought you were
works.
gonna say threesome. I was gonna say like a threesome or a kid. You know what I mean? It's like,
Two totally different directions, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's
No,
funny.
I feel you. I definitely think there's the cab light theory that I completely believe in now. I don't know if you've heard that, where when your cab light's on, that's when you're actually ready to get married. And I think my cab light came on a couple years ago in the sense of you can put yourself second and you want to put somebody else's wants and needs first, because that's how a marriage is going to work. You're going to have to take second place, not that you don't get your needs met, but basically like this human's so important. You want to make sure they're satisfied on every area. And it was like a Sex in the City. I watched it late, like a year ago when it came to Netflix. And it was like, a guy could meet you and you could think you're perfect and you're great together. But if his cab light's not on, it's not going to stay together. You're not going to get fully committed. And I vibe. because I'm
Yeah,
finally ready to stop being a cheating piece of shit, like just recently. And it wasn't like that earlier.
I love your
So,
honesty. It's great.
oh fuck yeah. I was a piece of shit. I am learning how to undo being a piece of shit and being like a good girl. We'll see. What's going on like musically for you like right now, or what's happening?
Yeah, it's a crazy time. I'm spread all over the place, which, careful what you ask for, because
Yeah.
I love doing everything. I play all these instruments and I love different types of music. And yeah, so I'm in the middle of making an album with Letter Kills right now in Hollywood. So it's a full length album. I have to go play and track drums for that band. And then there's big plans for, spring and summer for festivals with Letter Kills. And Bullets and Octane is about to release some more new music, but we're still currently in the studio working out things for like the big album, which keeps getting kind of pushed back and stuff because we're fickle bitches.
Hey,
um,
it's better to be picky than just be like, put a bow on it. It's done.
yeah, and we've made that mistake before, like many times with albums and stuff with in the past because of deadlines that really don't matter. Like when, later on the years go by, you look back and it's like, those things weren't that important. What was important is the music is forever. Like those albums, people are gonna go back or first, if someone discovers us tomorrow and goes, wow, I heard that one song. What's the rest of the catalog sound like? And it might not meet up to that par because we were in some sort of hurry for no fucking reason. For we got to have it out by this festival that no one remembered. So it's just like one of those things of sometimes you gotta, and it comes with maturity, I think, of just pumping the brakes and going, I might not get that instant hit of dopamine of feeling like there's things happening right this second for us, but let's just take a breath. As you get older, you realize there's the right proper place and time for everything that you're doing. Just make sure you're doing the right thing. I don't know. I'm seeing things differently now. Like everybody listens to music differently. These younger people listen to different genres of music. It's not so stuck in one spot. And I might have said this to you before, but I remember in like 2003, 2002, I would talk to high school kids and stuff, and I'm like, "What are you listening to?" And this is back when people had those CD Bibles where there was like
I
CD.
still do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I rock I have a 6-disc changer in my
Oh,
SUV.
you're a
Yeah.
beautiful baby. I
I
tell
use
you.
I use CDs.
Yeah, so I asked this one random kid, and just on one page alone, he had like Eminem, Marilyn Manson,
Mhm.
Blink 182, and some like mixed up CD type of thing, and that's just on one thing. So I think that kids are listening, or kids, whatever, young adults are listening to all kinds of different stuff. And I've always been waiting for these moments because I've never really liked being pigeonholed to one thing. Let's just say from what we know of the truth of life, that we only get one time around here. Well, if I look at it that way, like I want to experience all kinds of music. I want to create a country album, a pop album, a hip hop album, a rock album, a metal album. I want to do it all. And all of those experiences, they might suck and this and that, but you're gathering information and you're becoming more of your character as you develop, trying different.
Yeah.
I wear different outfits. I have different hair all the time. And, it's, you got to live your life and try different things. So, I'm just having fun experimenting and trying stuff, see what works, see what doesn't feel right, what does feel right. Long
I
answer.
totally vibe with that. Like I just had Moonshine Bandits on it. I love they have a Jelly Roll S like country and rock. I like some heavy metal, death metal. Then I'll listen to a pop song sometimes and I'll really dig it, And there's just everything across the board. And so that is wild that you play drums and guitar and you can sing. Like, do you just across the board just do everything?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of learned early on in life that, well, it's like any, I guess, job or career is if you got to make yourself be impossible to replace, So I
Mm,
feel like if I'm doing pretty much everything, then of course it's fun. There's different types of self-expression. Like when I'm playing drums, it's a real you know, primitive caveman, I'm 24 years old and I'm just fucking going chaotic over here. But then, puberty kicked in and, love and all this shit and all that crap. God, why? And then all of a
yeah.
sudden there's this other side of you that has this melodic thing. And all of a sudden I'm hearing Elton John type of melodies in my head and I gotta get that out. So, and then over the years, Bullets and Octane specifically being around for so long has taken on all these different types of sounds. And at this point in my career, from my solo stuff to Letter Kills to Bullets and Octane and anything else, is just kind of filtering and funneling and processing that down to, I can scream in this song, but I could also use my blues voice too, and finding a way to marry all of that without it seeming too forced or strange. So, you know, you just try to find ways to make it all work, which it seems like that's going on. You watch nowadays and there's like total scream dark metal, doom metal girls going, you know, and then all of a sudden the verses are like, I put my makeup in the shower, and then, you know, then the chorus comes
Yeah.
in again and they're murdering people in the night, you know. So
I
it's all
like
over.
that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Have you ever written a song just for a girl?
Yeah, we all make mistakes. Yeah.
Did you send it to her?
Yeah, I probably,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time, you want to talk about being shitbag. I'm sure there was a time of, you know, I write a song and I'm like, ooh, that's fucking good. I could send that to Debbie. I could send that to Sarah. I could send that to Katie. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you know, I've got a full Saturday night on my hands is what I
So
got.
you're like, this song I wrote for you, it's for you, but there's like, you know, maybe 4 or 5 girls it's being sent out to.
Now, before anyone hears that and starts getting on my shit and starts direct mess, I knew you were a douchebag. This is like fucking years ago,
No,
everybody.
I'm talking about my 20s. So a long time
Oh,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like, I remember taking a sexy photo and be like, this is for you, babe. And it's to like 4 or 5 guys. And like, you
dude.
know,
Yeah, I mean,
being like, good morning.
it takes one to fucking know one. There's no question about that. Because anytime I used to get one of those photos that you're speaking of, I
Yeah.
fucking knew. I'm like, oh yeah, Derek got this, Dave got that. You know, I'm no fucking clown. You know, if you're running a game, you could be damn sure someone else is running the game. And birds of a feather flock the fuck together. So, you know,
Yeah.
if you're drinking
That's
from that,
why I like dating him young now. Well, because I think it is safer to date older because we're too tired to play games. I'm honestly too exhausted. I just will text one person and I'll go to bed. And then the younger people are more trusting, more open minded. They haven't been screwed over. So they're just, their heart's more on their sleeve. I don't know.
my phone kind of broke up. Did you say
Oh,
they're easy prey? Is that what you
pretty
said?
much. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. They are.
Well,
That's because I pounce on them.
yeah, I know. I mean, it's good to hear that you've been there. Like, you know, you're openly that way too. Because I battle with feeling guilty. Like every day, it crosses my mind my shitbag ways of the past, and I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, everybody has a certain percentage of good and bad in them, and they, you know, the shit comes out in different chapters. But I don't know about you, but I definitely, I'm so thankful to go through certain things. I pray to God all the time that the people that I may have hurt or anything like that, that they have found peace in their lives. They're fully over it and things like that. Just clearing my conscience, trying to move on. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, everything happens for a reason, you know, and I'm still pretty good friends with all my exes. And I think a lot of people forgive you when you're young or you're drinking or on drugs and just having a good time. We're obviously not in our right mind. So it's different. Now I'm, you know, I don't drink that much. I drink like on the weekends here and there. So I'd say like I'm sober-ish, but not
Right.
full blown sober. Are you sober or are you still in the game?
Nah, I don't mess with that shit no more. You know, it's not primarily focus. I mean, yeah, I was a fucking dickhead, so it's like I definitely shouldn't be doing it. That part, let's just put that out there. But I definitely will say, to me, it's just like lost time. Like I spent way too much. I thought I was 24 for about 2 decades. So,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and then I woke up one day and I go, dude, the world has moved the fuck on. They're not waiting for you. You're not Prince. You're not Brian Setzer, whatever the fuck you think you are. You need to get your shit in gear. So I wake up at like 5 something every morning. I go jogging a bunch of shit up a hill. I do all this stuff in the sun.
Wow.
And then I do it in the evening as well when sun starts going down. And it is, if someone would have told me years ago how amazing it is, not just for the physical, you know, side of it or like being in shape, be a meathead, none of that, but it's like the emotional and mental healing it has done to just unplug, look at the trees, look at the sky, breathe in, get your lungs full, get your blood pumping. Like I could take on a lot more stuff with less anxiety because of doing that. So I've kind of replaced all the bad shit with just being extremely productive as much as possible per day. Yeah.
That sounds really healthy. I know Dryden from Alien Ant Farms that he walks every day up to this hill and says it's really helped clear his mind and just, you know, he's sober. And so it just keeps you active. And adrenaline is really a natural way of dopamine. Um, I don't like to run. Like it's weird. I was in track and field in high school, and now if I'm running, there's somebody running after me. I like sex as cardio. That's the only thing where it's like that's what I want to do every day to get tired or to work out or for a dopamine hit. But if someone said come to the gym, I hate it. Like I don't know what to do. I walk around, I look lost. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like to sit on the couch. Like I really like that too.
I hear you, and completely agree with all the above. I am not a gym guy. It's not like that. I'm not thinking like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my workout on by any means. That would shut me down in a heartbeat. But for me, it's just, it's more of like a clearing my mind and setting myself up for the day. By the time I get back and get some shit done, phone calls, text, emails, it's roughly around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I've already kind of accomplished some shit in my, I'm already settled in. I've, because sometimes if I'm just laying there and I don't get up and get exercise at all, those terrible thoughts of anxiety and things like
Yeah.
those will get a chance to take over. And that's what I'm trying to defeat by getting up and getting outside and getting my blood pumping and stuff. Is I have a better chance of getting in front of the
The
repeating
demons
record.
in my head. I know I have demons in my, so I got to stay busy. Like people are like, I'm flipping houses. I work at a winery. I have 2 kids and I started a podcast and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I have to be busy. I like being busy. Like I can't have downtime or
Yeah,
else my head is not a safe spot to be in.
yeah, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that you have 2 kids.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
during the week. So they're at school and I'm doing a podcast and then I'm flipping my 5th house right now and I'm just like running around yelling at people, talking to rock stars. It's fun, but I'm just like I'll sleep when I'm dead. I don't need
Yeah.
to sleep. It's fine. So, when did you commit to the face tattoos? When was it like, all right, I'm doing this?
Yeah, that was it's actually kind of funny. I lived with the tattoo artist for a while, and we were just chaotic people together getting into terrible business. And I remember I was like, all right, man, because I would get back from tour from the UK or something like that, and I'd have a dream and I would see myself with whatever it was going to be as if it was already done, like months down the line. And I would be like, well, if I happen to hang out with him tonight or this or that and the other, maybe we'll do it. And so I told him, I go, all right, man, we're doing the face. I'm going to go for it. And he had stuff on his face. And he's like, dude, I'm going to let you, we're doing drugs and hanging out and being crazy. And he's like, I'm going
Yeah.
to let you sit on this for like a day or two. And I'm like, man, my hands are done. My whole body is covered, my neck, everything else. And he's like, I know that you think like it isn't going to matter because you've already gone this far, but I promise you, you're going to get that next level looks of, that,
Did he get out escape from prison look?
that's pretty much what's up. And it's
Yeah.
true. I love to talk to people, as you can see, and I like I'm friendly with all the neighbors. We're always waving at each other and all that stuff. So whenever I see, let's say I get into an elevator and there's a small woman in the elevator, I naturally, my body will turn away from her so she's not scared, and my voice gets higher and I say something that sounds totally just diffusing of it. I'm like, oh, your hair looks really nice today. And as much as I could
He's
possibly
like,
not
oh, the
look.
gay guy with the tattoos once sitting and like talking to me.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's exactly it. So,
So, because I want to do face. I'm like that. Like I've done the hands, I've done my whole back, my side. I want to do my face, like just a little heart. But
yeah,
everyone's like freaking out. But I want to take that leap. But you didn't take it sober. You took the face leap a little bit intoxicated, or no?
dude, I don't think I'd really, for half of my life, took anything sober. So, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, at this
Yeah,
point, you know, it was the logical next step. Like my whole entire, like my head's all tattooed and everything. And so I
that's
don't plan
wild.
on being
Is your
running
junk tattooed?
my junk.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the tattoo artist had enough ink to tattoo that thing.
He went around. I
No,
got, oh my God. My whole shit's tatted down. It's completely covered. And
what I gotta ask, what is it? Like, what is it?
it's like the kiss of death skull, like engulfed with wings, coming out of it. It's like a Harley Davidson looking, saying that I was young and I'm like, yeah, let's just blast the whole thing. And I
Yeah,
didn't even have
dude.
like my sleeves on my arms done. I don't know what. I was like,
That's
let's start
crazy.
with the badge and then go
Yeah,
from there.
right. Total
I
logic.
wanted to hide it still too because my family is very conservative. So it
Right.
took a while for me to start showing the tattoos, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. You don't mess around. I don't know why my first image was, well, maybe it's like a slot machine where like there's the coin slot. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be cool.
There's so many ridiculous ones out
Well,
there.
and I asked because so I just had Led Zeppelin's grandson by, and he's fully covered except for his junk. And then he said I had to Google Snap the Magic Dragon or Puff the Magic Dragon, and I did it. And now that's like in my head. That's insane. Have you Googled that?
I'll have to. I mean, I remember the old story, of course, but what
Yeah,
the,
I guess it's from the early 2000s, and he's got full on dragon and piercings, and I'm just like, wow. 'Cause I remember how painful that was
I
to
bet.
me. It was, yeah. I need to do a face one now.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
can
know,
we play? Yeah.
now that you say that, it's like, dude, why are you worried about your face? You've got, anyway, go on. Holy
Well,
cow.
because so I am in like a fancy wine business,
Oh,
and so I'll put on a full business suit, and you don't know I'm tatted, and sometimes even makeup on my fingers because the old people, you know what I mean? They're
oh, I
still
get it.
like, oh, tattoos are prison, which I have been, but just for a couple nights here and there, just for some fun, just some
Yeah,
drop-ins.
I get it. I'm from Missouri. You want to talk about conservative? I go back and it's like, oh fuck. Anyway,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
had
Okay. Do you want to play it's smash or pass? So smash, you like it. Pass, you don't like it.
smash. I like it. Pass. I don't like it. Sure, I'll play.
Okay. Movie theaters.
Smash.
Okay. I'm getting anxiety. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
About this or the movie
No,
theater?
no, about movie theaters lately. Like, I don't like them the last couple years. I don't
I
know.
think I just miss them because I'm like so poor to where I'm like, yeah, we can't go to see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 8 today. Sorry. We'll have to watch something at home on Amazon. So
Yeah.
it sounds like a big night out. So smash it. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Disneyland.
Once again, I'd like to go one more time before I die. I'll take a smash.
Okay. Cover bands.
Yeah, we'll pass on that one.
Las Vegas.
Pass.
OnlyFans.
I don't know what that is really.
Like the website where you can subscribe to see the girls naked or in lingerie.
No, I'm never gonna have to pay for that shit.
I
Pass.
know, right? I would never, and I don't even want to do. People are like, you could make so much money, but I don't know. Like to me,
Yep.
that ruins the whole dating and mystique of like you're with me. I don't know. I'm still old fashioned to where I will take wild lingerie photos, but I don't want to be completely like nude on the internet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've actually even that's crossed my mind, or people have brought that up, and I'm like, dude, two things. The day I have to do that, I really, really need to reevaluate myself. And the day I ever have to like pay to look at some shit like that, my life's in a bad spot. So
You're on your way out. Yeah, I'm like, I might be in my 80s in a wheelchair or like convalescent home and be like, all right, I liked this rock star one day. I will look at his stuff.
right.
The Rolling Stones band,
Yeah, smash.
Kiss,
Smash.
strip clubs,
Pass.
The Color Gray.
Yeah, smash that shit.
Okay. No.
Okay, go on now.
Is that gray? Oh, I thought it was greenish. Is it gray? Yeah.
By the way, I know you're in the middle of something, but this is what we do. I have a problem with I'm losing my color sight. So green, I'm losing green. You know how they spray paint on the ground like construction guys?
Yeah.
So when they spray paint a little green dot, which I don't know what that reference is for, but when I see it, that look you get when you look at the sun and it's like just blinking. That's what happens when I see green now. It's really weird.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, get
Because
ready.
I
It's all
think it
downhill.
is. It's like a hunter green. I know. I'm going more blind. I've had to up my prescription again on my glasses last year. Luckily, though, I'm nearsighted. So it's when I'm driving or I cannot trust myself if there's a guy far away at the bar. I don't know if he's good looking or not because I don't wear my glasses out and I can't see. So I have to rely on my girlfriends to tell me if he's attractive or not because I am blind far
Oh,
away.
I like how that's the reference. It's nothing. It's just about sexy man.
I'm constantly trying to check out dudes and hit on dudes. Like I for sure I have a issue, but it's fine. It's fun. But
Yeah.
most women I notice are like they like being married in the suburbs I live in and they like their husbands and their relationship or they're like my husband's always pressuring me to have sex. I hate it. And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." I don't
Yeah, I
know.
never understood that. It's a weird thing. It happens. I've been around a long time, and it seems to be that that's always the case. Like you meet
Yeah.
somebody, it's always chaotic and fucking fiery ships. Everything's, you know, this amazing thing. And then you just fast forward the tape 2, 3 years and it's just like, are you kidding me? You know, like what's the deal here? It's supposed to be part of the bargaining chip, slightly kind of being funny here, but that
Yeah.
now I don't have to like do all the bullshit to get to it. It's like wake up, have some food, and go, dude, are you down? You know, and just like
Yeah.
let's get on it. So it's you know, what are you gonna do? Next question.
Yeah. So no, that's it. My questions are set, but I agree. So I think people need to put out if they're in the marriage. That's important.
Mhm.
That's how I feel.
I'm voting for you for president. That's right.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I'll run in 4 years. Thank you, Jean, so much though for stopping by again, Steph's Rock Show, and we'll keep checking up here every couple months, and you got to update me on your life
I would love to. Thanks for having me.
for sure.